A serene and graceful good morning to each one of you. Esteemed scholars, revered speakers, distinguished guests, seekers of knowledge, rasikas of music and philosophy. I extend my heartfelt welcome to you all. Today we gather once again under the gentle shade of Santhavani, a sacred confluence where knowledge becomes music, devotion becomes wisdom, and tradition breathes through every thought and every note. On this auspicious morning of 17th November 2025, as the air carries the fragrance of learning and the hall glows with your presence, we welcome together to celebrate the timeless splendor of our spiritual and cultural heritage. To all our guests who have traveled from near and far, to every seekers esteemed here, seated here with an open heart. Welcome to a day filled with insight, inspiration, and inner illumination. With these warm greetings, let us step gracefully into session 4 of today's Santhavani. Dear scholars and rasikas, our morning begins with a journey into the radiant world of the Vallabhacharya Sampradaya, a tradition rich with Shuddha Dvaita, divine grace, and devotional nectar. We are profoundly honor welcome our esteemed speaker, Dr. Harekrishna Satapathy, former Vice Chairman, Sanskrit University, Tirupati, and KISS University, Bhuvaneshwara. A revered scholar whose word carry the depth of Shastra and the warmth of Bhakti. Sir, we respectfully invite you to illuminate us with your insights in this sacred tradition. I would like to call on Dayas, Sri Bijay Parija, to give a brief introduction about Dr. Harekrishna Satapathy.
Good morning to all of you. Thank you very much, sir. I feel honored to read out the profile of our professor. He is also known as Guru Dronacharya in Odisha for all Sanskrit scholars. Professor Harekrishna Satapathy, a presidential awardee of the Certificate of Honor, is also a distinguished Sanskrit scholar, educationist, and academic leader with over 5 decades of teaching experience with research and administrations. He has served as Vice Chancellor of 3 premier institutions like National Sanskrit University, Tirupati, 2 consecutive terms, Kalinga Institute of Social Science, known as KISS University, Bhubaneswar, and Sri Jagannath Sanskrit University, Puri. Currently, he chairs the School of Spiritualism and Yogic Sciences at KIT University, Bhubaneswar. He is also a gold medalist in law and PhD in Sanskrit literature. Professor Satapathy has authored and edited more than 50 books and published over 100 research papers. His scholarship spans over Sanskrit language and literature, Vedic and Vedantic studies, Dharmasastra, jurisprudence, aesthetics, and comparative linguistics. He has guided 20 doctoral scholars and participated in more than 500 national and international conferences, representing India in many foreign countries including USA, UK, Japan, China, and Thailand. Professor Satapathy's contributions have been recognized with numerous prestigious awards including Ramakrishna Dalmia Sivarani Alankarana, Kendra Sahitya Academy Award, Odisha Sahitya Academy Award, Kabi Kulaguru Kalidas Sanman, and the rare titles Mahamohopadhyay and Brahmarishi. His lifelong dedication to Sanskrit literature and cultural advancement has made him one of India's most respected voices in higher education and classical studies. So, with this, it's because words cannot define his scholars and his intellectuals. We are very grateful, we are very honored to have him today. So I would request sirs to process further, and madam will take you further for this program. Kindly be seated, keep your mobiles in a very silent mode so that we can do our program in a very smooth manner. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Vijay Parijaji. I request our director, Sri H.N. Suresh sir, to come on the dais and felicitate our esteemed guest. Thank you, sir. I request Sri Harekrishna Satapathy to share your insight with us.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः वंशीविभूषितकरात् नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरात् अरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्टात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने. Namaskar. Very good morning to one and all present in this auditorium and connected with this program of online. Friends, at the outset, I express my profound sense of gratitude to the authorities and office bearers and organizers of this wonderful program being held in the City of Gardens or in the Valley of Silken City of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. I am thankful to my friend Vijay Parija for using some good words while introducing me to this learned audience. Friends, whenever I just enter into the portals of this Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, I think that this is not a mere bhavan or a house or a building. This is the storehouse of knowledge and ocean of wisdom. envisioned and conceptualized by none other than the greatest saint of this country, our revered Kulpati K.M. Munshiji. At the outset, I offer my respectful salutations to the lotus feet of that great saint, great Mahapurush, for conceptualizing this system which is now in place, and the purpose is to promote Bharatiya Vidya and to propagate the philosophy of India, and at the same time to transform the human society in a positive direction. That is the ultimate aim, to bring a positive and constructive transformation in the present society. Friends, this is a very sacred place, holy place, more than a temple. Whenever I find the particle and molecule of this Vidya Bhavan, not only this Vidya Bhavan, I have association with almost all the Vidya Bhavans of the country. And what at one point of time, Delhi Vidya Bhavan honored me with their prestigious award, Kaustuba. Yes, I find, and this is my feeling, inner feeling, each particle and molecule of the premises of each Vidya Bhavan is just like a sandal spot on my forehead. The water drop we are coming across inside the premises of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is just like the water of river Ganga for us. And each and every leaf we see around is not an ordinary leaf. It is just like Tulsi leaf for us. Excellent surrounding, a congenial atmosphere which is sufficient to promote Bharatiya Vidya. Bharatiya Vidya, the moment we utter this word Bharatiya Vidya, yes, another terminology comes to our mind, Western Vidya. Yes, there is a Western Vidya and there is a Bharat Vidya, Bharatiya Vidya. And there is a heaven and hell difference between these two categories of knowledge system. Now, the government of India, after implementation of the NEP 2020, have concentrated on this Indian knowledge system, Bharatiya Vidya. And this work has been being done by Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan since last 6 decades. Now we are trying to focusing on that. Bharatiya Vidya means, and how it is distinctive from Western Vidya. Yes, Western Vidya in a nutshell, I can say that it is more related, it is more focused on the livelihood of a passout, of a person, of a learner, of an aspirant of wisdom. But Indian knowledge system, no doubt it is concentrated, it is focused on the placement, focused on the livelihood. But at the same time, it is more focused on the life and livelihood. These two elements are the basic structures of Indian knowledge system. We want that Vidya by which we can get a good placement. That is very much required. That is one of the purposes of the education. But at the same time, we should not forget that the other purpose, the sublime purpose of the education, is to ensure the manifestation of the internal divine power that is already within the learner, within a man. Each and every man is born divine. They are all the gifts of supreme reality. And it is our responsibility. It is our duty to see that internal inherent divine power gets manifested at appropriate time so that we can understand ourselves. We can understand the supreme reality that controls the entire universe. We can understand our relation with that supreme reality and the nature around us and the world around us. Savidya ja vimuktaye. Friends, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is based upon 3 mantras of Indian knowledge system derived from the Vedas and our Shastras. The first mantra, if you can just read these mantras, understand these mantras, 3 mantras only, based upon which the revered Kulpati K.M. Munshiji has developed this best education system. It is a system which is educative, which is instructive in nature. These 3 mantras, if you understand the meaning, then you realize, 3rd stage. After understanding the meaning, you realize the purpose, the underlying purpose of these 3 mantras. I am sure your education will be, I may not say that it will be complete, but your education will not be incomplete. The first mantra is, Ano bhadra kratavo yantu vishwataha. Let noble thoughts come to our mind from every side. What is this? I will have elaborate discussions and deliberations in course of my presentation. What are the reasons for all kinds of crimes and offenses committed in this contemporary society? What are the reasons for which we are facing a lot of troubles and tribulations and challenges in this society? Because of our thought process. Ano bhadraha kratavo yantu vishwataha. Let noble thoughts come to our mind. As a student of law, having criminology as the special paper in postgraduate law, yes, I can say only one maxim before you, which constitutes the cardinal principle and philosophy of criminology. Who commits the crime? Man doesn't commit the crime. A person doesn't commit the crime. That his criminalized mind commits the crime. Action non facit nisi mens rea. That means the mens rea, the ill intention, the evil intention. If your mind gets polluted, everything is polluted. Body polluted, world polluted, your thought process is polluted. Nothing is left. You are polluted, you are ruined. Let noble thoughts, let us develop some positive thinkings. The only reason for which we are facing a lot of difficulties, troubles and tribulations because of the evil nature of our mindset. Yes, the negative attitude that we are having in each and every time. So noble thoughts come to our mind. Let our mind be first purified, be first stabilized, be first concentrated and meditated. And then only we can achieve something in our life. What do we want in our life? Permanent peace, everlasting joy, happiness. That is the ultimate aim. And our Indian philosophy, the purpose of Indian philosophy is to make queries after queries. And yes, after realization of the components, various components that constitute this entire universe, those philosophers, saints, savants, and acharyas, they prescribe a mark, a way for us. Adopting which, yes, we can. They prescribe a doctrine. Adopting which, we can get that, say, ultimate happiness, everlasting happiness. And we can get ourselves liberated. Liberation or salvation, it has got a different meaning to me. Salvation, liberation doesn't mean that only after death we can get that. During this lifetime, this liberation is possible. Liberation from the worldly miseries and sufferings. Salvation from the bondage of the world. And it teaches us to develop a sense of non-attachment. Padma patra mimam bhasa. To live in a perfect manner in a society. So friends, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Dve Vidye Veditavye, Para Aparacha. I should say, with all humility at my disposal, that if Western education is concentrating on Apara Vidya, that is the curriculum which has been prescribed for the universities, and that is the curriculum which enables a student to get a degree, a passport for a job in this IT city, IT capital of India. Yes, most of the, out of 1 crore people, yes, inhabitants of Bangalore, nearly 70,000 persons coming from different parts of the country and abroad are engaged in IT sectors, and they are earning their bread, their livelihood. No doubt, that is required. But about Paravidya, Vidya, the definition, which has been given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Jnanam, that is one mantra. The second mantra is Amrutam Vidya. Vidya is not mortal. Vidya is not apara. It is Amrutam apara. It is para means it is immortal. Sa vidya ja vimuktaye. Vidyaya avidyaya mrutyum tirtya. We require avidya, apara vidya, mrutyum tirtya. Yes, a good livelihood we can get. Vidyaya amrutam asnute. We can get amruta, immortality, through vidya. So this is second mantra. And the third mantra, which has been quoted from the Shastras, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is the philosophy, universal fraternity, that constitutes the cardinal component of Indian Constitution, preamble. Here, our Constitution expert and former political science professor, Professor Dr. Dharendra Nath, who retired as a bureaucrat, as the director of, was president of our Board of Secondary Education, is present here. That global fraternity we required. Sarvani bhutani mitrasya chakshusha savikhyamahe. And that is what. And that is the philosophy for which this Bhavan has been established. And Parijaji ji here, Suresh ji here, Raghavan ji is also here, and Nagalakshmi is here. That 4 pillars of this Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. One is the principal pillar, the epicenter of all the cultural and academically vibrant activities. The other one, by his side, is a side pillar, and who is a driving force behind all these activities. And other 2, the joint directors. They are the just supportive pillars, and they are working as actors. Whatever is conceived, yes, it is left to them for implementation. Friends, our principal pillar of this is, I cannot initiate my discussions on the today's topic. Yes, without offering my salutations to these four pillars of this Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, those who have been responsible for the smooth management of this Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and at the same time for promotion and propagation of Indian knowledge system. The principal pillar, the epicenter of all the activities, is none other than our revered chairman, Raghavanji. Raghavanji, namaste, namaskar. And the side pillar who stands by his side like a very hard rock, he is none other than our friend, philosopher, guide, Sureshji. Sureshji, namaskar. I am grateful to you for the services you are rendering for the betterment of the society. It is not the service you are rendering for the management of this institution. You are managing the mindset of the society. You are managing the society for transforming it in a positive manner. And the other two, he is our director, he is our chairman, and other two joint directors. One is my friend Vijay Parija and another one is Nagalakshmiji. They are the actors. They are the Sattvika Karta. And I have been observing the amount of labor they are taking for implementing these programs, really praiseworthy, commendable. Yes, friends, I have come from Puri, Jagannath Puri, Odisha. And I am also a part and parcel of Jagannath temple and Jagannath culture. Every day morning, I used to give a pravachan discourse on Lord Jagannath in a local channel. And if you go to the sanctum sanctorum of Sri Jagannath temple, you can find that Lord Jagannath, who is the supreme reality of this entire world, who is Param Brahma himself, who is Satchidananda Swarupa Nitya Buddha Suddha Mukta Parama Chaitanya, is seated along with his brother Vallabhacharya and his weapon Sudarshana and his sister Subhadra, and they are called Chaturdha Murtis of that world famous temple. And if I see this Vidya Bhavan and analyze these activities of these four persons, Raghavanji, Sureshji, Vijayji, and Nagalakshmiji. One is Lord Jagannath, the other one is Vallabhacharya, the other one is Sudarshan, and our sister Subhadra is there. They are all Chaturdha Murtis. Friends, I have brought nothing for you. We have come 3-4 persons, scholars from Odisha. I belong to Puri. Before coming here, I went to Jagannath temple. I had a meeting there. And Jagannath was in a very, very pleasant and happy mood. I just asked him, give me some blessings, not for myself. I will carry those blessings to Bangalore, to Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and distribute those blessings among the, say, inmates of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. I have brought the blessings. Those blessings, after getting the prior approval of Lord Jagannath. And I am also a representative of Tirupati. Yes, I served Tirupati Central University for 2 consecutive terms. My friend Subramaniam is there. I know him. He is now working in IIT. And I have a right to possess the blessings of Lord Venkateswar and distribute among the learners, among the disciples. If you can say, as you have not obtained the prior permission of Lord Venkateswar to distribute his blessings, Jagannath's blessings are okay. This evening, I am going to Tirupati. And I am placed a file before Lord Venkateswar for his post facto approval that I have already distributed your blessings among the inmates of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and give the post facto approval. And he will be, I am sure he will be giving his post facto approvals. Now you are very blessed to have the blessings of Lord Venkateswar and Lord Jagannath. Friends, what we require? What is the basic requirement? What does a man require? Yes, a man requires 3-4 things. A healthy body, a sound mind, an elevated soul, and at the same time a congenial world, a livable world where he lives. And this world, the nature and the structure of the world should be as envisioned by Rabindranath Tagore. The world, I want to live in that world where the mind is without fear and the head is held high and the knowledge is free, and where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. There is no question of narrowness in that world. And where the truth comes from where the knowledge comes from the depth of truth. Yes, I want that paradise to live. And then the force, unseen force, number 5. First, your body. Body is very important. And mind is more important. A peaceful mind, a stable mind, a sound mind. Then an elevated soul. It can be possible only after realization. Who am I? Mano buddha hankara chittani naham. In the end, you can come to a conclusion that I am neither these hands, nor these legs, nor eyes, nor ears. Mano buddha hankara chittani naham. Na cha sratra juve, na cha grana netri, na cha pyoma bhumir, na tejo na vayu. Chidananda rupa, shivoham, shivoham. And the unseen force that controls this entire universe. I must have some idea regarding that, whether there is a force or not. If that force is there, then what is the nature, what is the nomenclature, and what is the structure of that force? And then interconnectivity. Then nature around us. Then the individual self, what type of connection it has got with the cosmic soul. And what type of connection I have got with this world, with my environment where I am living. This is the Indian philosophy. Indian philosophy is different from Western philosophy. Western philosophy only goes on making queries and queries, queries and queries. Doesn't come to a conclusion. Arguments and counter-arguments. What is soul? Some will say there is no component like soul. Some Indian Oriental minded philosophers will say, like Descartes, Kant, no, there is something. But they will not directly say that some supreme reality is there, some Param Brahma is there. Till now they have not accepted it. They are now examining it in their laboratory, within the 4 walls of the laboratory. If they find some God particular, then only they can say, just to satisfy us. But they have not realized anything. It's only arguments, counter-arguments. But the distinctive feature of Indian philosophy is our philosophers, our saints, on which we have arranged this grand conclave, conference, seminar. They have realized. They have realized what soul is. They have realized what mind is, how to control it. They have realized whether there is a supreme reality that controls and governs this entire universe. They have realized the connection of this individual soul with the cosmic soul. And after realization only, they want to create a world where the mind is without fear. They want to create a world where there is only mutual love, affection, friendship, and we can live peacefully and joyfully. So this is Indian philosophy. And Indian philosophy, the basic structure of Indian philosophy is humanization of divinity and divinization of humanity. Yes, in a very nutshell I have told you. Divinization of humanity. In front of me, Professor Sahu is sitting, Dr. Nath is sitting, or my audience, they are sitting. And so many persons are also connected with this program online. They are all not only they are mere participants. They are the seekers of knowledge. They are the aspirants of wisdom. And they are the learners. Do you know what is the best work to be done by a human being during his lifetime? Yes, acquisition of knowledge, development of a bhakti sense, development of certain positive attitude. Yes, these are all necessary. This is jnanam, amanitvam, madambitvam, ahimsa, kyantirarjavam, acharya upasanam. This is what knowledge, Indian knowledge is. Definition of Indian knowledge that has been described in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, I am telling. It's very easy to understand. 122 characteristics. Amanitvam, adambhitvam, absence of egoism, absence of arrogance, ahimsa, not violence, satya, ahimsa, amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, kyantirarjavam, acharya upasanam, saucham, tarjamatma vinigraha, indriyarteshu vairagyam, anahankara evacha, no question of ahankara, athachetvam ahankarat nasrosyasi vinankyasi. That is the reason why the Vishwakavi Rabindranath Tagore in the beginning of his Gitanjali says, Hey, Amar Matha Nata Kari Dao, Tumar Charan Dholar Tale, Sakala Hankara He Amar Doba Chokher Jale. So that is the learning. Just, so this is Jnana. And you know, Shankaracharya had acquired all kinds of knowledge when he was 16. At the age of 16, he acquired all types of knowledge. Ashtavarsa Chaturvedan. He got by heart and understood the purport of 4 Vedas when he was 8 years old. And Dwadase Sarva Shastra Kruti. He has authored more than 300 books. Prakarana Grantha, Stuti Grantha, etc., etc. And he completed the composition of all these 300 shastras when he was 12 years of old. And then at the age of 16, when he was at the age of 16, he composed Krutavan Bhasyam, Shodase Krutavan Bhasyam. And at the age of 32, he mingled himself with the Brahma. And you see, but when he comes to his Aradhya Devi Tripura Sundari, in Saundarya Lahar he says, Oh Goddess, my mother, divine mother, I want nothing from you. I want only one thing. Kada Kali Mata Kathaya Kalita Lakta Karasam Pibeyam Vidyarthi. When can you make me a learner? Although he has, say, acquired all types of knowledge, Veda, Vedanta, Upanishad, Gita, after having mastery over all the knowledge systems, he just prays before his Aradhya Devi Tripura Sundari, Kada Kali Mata Kathaya Kalita Laktaka Rasam Pibeyam Vidyarthi Tava Charana Nirni Jana Jalam. I want to become a Vidyarthi throughout my life. Those who are present here, those who are connected with us online, they are most fortunate ones because they want to learn something. They are Vidyarthi. And this stage, it is only possible because of the grace of Almighty and Divine Mother. And Shankar continued to be a Vidyarthi till the end of his life. Learning is a lifelong precious, friends. And each and every moment should be utilized by us for learning something. So this is what this Indian philosophy, the learners are connected with us. And this humanization, that means the divinization of humanity. You people are sitting here. They are connected with us. People are loitering in the roads. So people are here, working here. Somebody is a mechanic coming to just keeping this microphone in order. Who are they? In the eye of Indian philosophy, Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. They are all the part and parcel of Brahma. We are going to have some discussion on Vallabhacharya, his Sampradaya, his 8 celebrated saint poets or Ashtachapa Kavis. Yes, there is a slight difference. The doctrine propounded by Vallabhacharya is called Suddhadvaitavada, or pure non-dualism, theory of pure non-dualism. And the theory propounded by Acharya Shankar, it is called Advaitavada, monism. It is monism. So, or pure monism, or it is old monism. So, you see, Shankaracharya, there is just a subtle difference. Subtle difference. Brahma says, Shankaracharya says, you are a Brahma personified. But Vallabhacharya would like to say that now we are all the part and parcels of Brahma, but we have got divine power. We are the integral parts of that divinity. So this is divinization of humanity. All the human beings are the personifications, embodiments of divinities. And divinization of these human beings, this is the divinization of human beings and the humanization of divinities. That means we have got so many gods and goddesses. I don't have any objection to say that Nagalakshmi is our Sakhyat Saraswati, provided she has shown that talent of the goddess of, say, learning. I don't have any objection to say that Professor Sahu is just like a god to me, because he has shown that godly qualities, exhibited, demonstrated that godly qualities. So divinization of humanity and humanization of divinity. He's a God, he's a God, he's a God, he's a God, he's a God. These are all. And even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara are just like human beings for us. In the Vedas, they have been projected as human beings. Agni, just like a human being. Lord Jagannath is just performing some leelas. What type of leelas? Srisa Manusa leelaya. Just like a human being. Superhuman being. He is performing his leelas. So friends, this is the philosophy. And the ultimate, the Indian philosophers, after having realized all these components of Indian culture and philosophy, they prescribe a way. Yes, Shankaracharya has prescribed a way. Sometimes we are confused that Vallabhacharya has prescribed a way. Vallabhacharya's way is Pushti Marga. And that is based upon pure bhakti. Yes, jnana is not necessary. Sometimes we understand. That is a misnomer. That is a misunderstanding of us. Everything depends upon the interpretation, real interpretation of the Shastras. We sometimes say that Shankar is a follower of only jnana. He is an embodiment of knowledge. He symbolizes knowledge only. And for spread of knowledge, Shankaracharya incarnated on the surface of the earth. No, Shankaracharya is not. You see, for developing a complete personality of a human being, he requires bhakti, he requires jnana, he requires karma, and at the same time he requires vairagya, a sense of detachment. And these are the 4 components based upon which the Bhagavatam has been composed by Bhagavan Vyasa. Tasmat jnana viraga bhakti sahitam nais karmyama viskrutam tas suruluvan vipathan. Ye hai Bhagavat. This is Bhagavata. Jnana, vairagya, bhakti. Vairagya doesn't mean to renunciate or to renounce this world and go to the footprints of the Himalayas just to perform penance for one's salvation. Once Vivekananda, after having completed his graduation, got desperate and despondent to see the miseries and sufferings of the human beings. And he decided. Previously, he had also come in contact with his guru, spiritual master, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. But after seeing these miseries, then he was hell-bent to meet his spiritual master for the, last time, and just to bring his permission to leave this world forever and to go to the footprints of the Himalayas to perform tapasya for his salvation. So keeping this thing in mind, he went to his spiritual master. What is the purpose, Naren, for which you have come? No, sir, purpose, you are Antarjami, you can understand. Yes, still you tell. Gurudev, I am completely frustrated and desperate to see the hydra-headed problems, troubles, tribulations, sufferings, miseries of the humankind, of the mankind. Then, Naren, what do you want? What do you want to speak to me? Gurudev, just permit me to leave this troublesome world and go to the dense forest of Himalayas and let me have tapasya there and get salvation. Do you know what was the reaction of Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa, the spiritual master, unique spiritual master? Shame on you, Naren. आपको शर्म नहीं आता है? I thought that you would grow like a huge banyan, having sheltered thousands and thousands from the scorching misery. But now I see that you are seeking your own salvation. Selfish, Naren, get out. ये वेदांत का नॉलेज है, मैंने आपको दिया है. To renounce this world. Sometimes we are confused and we say that Indian philosophy or Indian tradition of lifestyle is opposed to enjoyment. No. Enjoyment within Lakshmana Rekha. Enjoyment with a rider. Yes, enjoyment. Enjoy. Marite chahina ami ei sundara bhuvane. Manaver majhe ami banchivar chai. Ei surya kare ei puspita kanane. Jivanta hrudaya majhe jadi sthana pai. If I come across with a sahrudaya in my lifetime, why should I leave this world? This is very beautiful. When the Creator is good, Creator is beautiful, Creator is attractive. That is what Vallabhacharya says. And he differs from Acharya Shankar. When Acharya Shankar says, this world is Maya, this world is unreal, only God is Param Brahma is real. No, there is a departure in the philosophy of Vallabhacharya. Shankaracharya with a due apology to Shankaracharya, he says, and which has got relevance. The Vallabhacharya's philosophy has got relevance. No, Shankar, you say that this universe has been emanated from the Satchidananda Swarupa Nitya Suddha Buddha Mukta Param Chaitanya Param Brahma Jato va imani bhutani jayante Jasmin Tishtanti and Jasmin Pralayam Janti. If you say like that, if the Creator is absolute, is Satchidananda Swarupa, His existence or truth absolute, His consciousness absolute, His bliss or joy absolute, then how can you say the creation is dukkha-purna? The creation is unreal. This creation. That is why Rabindranath Tagore, no, marite chahinami hai sundara bhupane. This is real. This is also real. You are real. I am real. Param Brahma is real. That is Vallabhacharya's philosophy. I will come. I will come. Within stipulated time, I will complete my presentation. Just to give a scope to our friend Subramaniam, from whom we can learn so many things. So this is what Marite Chahina Ami Sundara Bhupane, this world and Indian philosophy. So they have, it is the Pushti Marga, Bhakti Marga. Sometimes we are confused and we say that Shankar was only a follower of Jnana. That has been settled by none other than our revered Kulapati. You must have gone through his discussion. His cassette is also there. Some 50 years back I got that, when I was a teacher in Ravenshaw College. So what did he say? It is, no, Shankar is not only the follower of Jnana. And he is also a great advocate of bhakti. And at the same time, a great protagonist of karma. He has given proofs from Bhaja Govindam. You see, the Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja means bhajan, chant Govinda. Chant means bhakti. So bhakti, jnana without bhakti is just a tree without any root. Or bhakti without jnana is just like a tree without its root. And karma, yes, without bhakti and jnana is just like a tree without fruit and flowers. So karma, Shankaracharya also says in a subsequent stage, karma kuru, jallavase nija karmopattam, vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Yes, do hard work and earn something, then enjoy. Isavasyamidam sarvam jat kincha jagatyam jagat tena taktena bhunjitaha. This enjoyment through the way of renunciation. Vivekananda came back and he took a vow that no, I have to be in this society and I have to serve this human society. Then he developed a mantra, Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. Service to man is service to God. Then he started serving the mankind. Man is God for him. And wanted to wipe out the sufferings and miseries, the tears from the eyes of the downtrodden and the poor, suppressed and oppressed. So friends, this is what Jnana. And Vallabhacharya, when Shankar, no doubt he has shown some Jnana Marga. It is not Jnana Marga, it is called Maryada Marga. Maryada Marga means after understood the purpose of all the Shastras, within the four walls of the Shastras, that those Shastras are our living constitutions. And if you ask me what was the first constitution of mankind of this world, then I will unhesitantly say that it is Veda. Veda is not just a Shastra. It's not a scripture of a particular religion. Or Gita is not just a scripture or Shastra of a particular religion. It is the first ever constitution of mankind, human beings, where all the guidelines, the provisions have been enshrined for leading a comfortable life and getting everlasting happiness. That is the Constitution's aims and objectives, to create a welfare state. And this was done some thousands and thousands, lakhs and crores of the years ago. That is Bharatiya Vidya. And Shankaracharya was also an advocate of Jnana Bhakti. No doubt Vallabhacharya. So many acharyas have come, saints have come. What is the responsibility of saint? What is the duty of a saint? Santhavani Karyakram we were organizing here. Santhavani. Santa is not a very ordinary word. In the inaugural session, my friends, scholars, they were trying to quote Latin glossary, Greek glossary, English glossary, and wanted to give an etymological meaning and to establish that Sant might have got a root in Greek and Latin literature or dictionary. Friends, it's a misnomer. Indian knowledge system, before Indian knowledge system, at one point of time, India was guru of the entire universe. Etadesha prasutasya sakasad agrajanmana swam charitram sikheran prutibhyam sarvamanavaha. In each and every place we had a gurukulam headed by a guru. And people, students, learners, aspirants of knowledge, seekers of knowledge, they came from different parts of the country, sat before the lotus feet of an Indian guru and learned Sant. Sant is a word which has been derived from the original Indian word, that is Sat. That is Sat. Sat has been derived from Asti. Asti means Satya. Asti is Sat, As Dhatu. Root is As. Ekang Sat has been used in different places in Vedas. Ekang hi Sat Vipra Bauta Vadanti. Asatu ma Sadgamaya. Tamasu ma Jyotirgamaya. Sat means Aloka. Sat means truth. Sat means Amrutatva. And Santa means he who lives in truth, he who lives in enlightenment, he who lives in light of knowledge, he who lives in immortality. And Santa means he who distributes immortality, he who distributes light of knowledge. Santa. Santa is a word, Sant is a word, Sat is a word which has been in use in our scriptures from time immemorial, when Greek literature was not born, Latin literature was not born, Western literature was not born. You see? And Santa means just, I will take 2 minutes time. The special features of Santa, Namratveno Namantaha, they are very polite. Trunadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishtuna, hamanina manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. That is the most sought after characteristic one human being has to develop. Namratveno namantaha. If you are namra, if you are humble, you have become high, you have become great. You have become great. And in the end, Bhartruhari, 3rd and 4th century BC. After, you see, after Veda, Upanishad, in the Upanishad, you can find Asat, Sat. Everywhere it has been used. Sat means the origin of Santa, from which Santa has been derived. So Sat, and then Bhartruhari says, Santascha charja satyaha Santa, the very word he is using. Jagati bahumata kasyana abhyarchaniyaha. Who doesn't adore the noble persons or saints? Everybody is bound to adore. Because they have not only realized Sat, but they have shown us a way of Sat, of Satya. And then again, Bhartruhari says, you see, it's an Indian word. And Bhavanti Namra, what is the characteristic of Satya? They always become Namra. Vidya dadati vinayam. Always become Namra. Tarabaha phalodgamai. As when the trees, they bow down when they are laden with fruits. If the trees divide up fruits, it will not bow down. We bow down. Namaha. Namaha means namama. You are responsible. If I am standing here, it is because of your grace, Vallabhacharya. Second important philosophical dimension of Vallabhacharya, the propounder of Shuddhadvaitavada. First, it is that tattva, this world is real. Second, yes, he says, what is that? Our bhakti and namrata. We always say that this is possible because of the grace, krupa, prasada. Second important characteristic. Please underline. Grace, it's not possible. I cannot be a devotee of yours, O Lord, O Krishna, without your grace. In Tattvabodhini, in Subodhini Tika of Bhagavata, Vallabhacharya says, what is pushti? Na tadanugraha poshanam. Poshanam. Pushti means nourishment. Yes, our way gets nourished. Our avenue to attain everlasting peace and bliss gets pushta, nourished. Not only because of devotion, but also because of grace and blessings of Almighty. Krupa, Prabhu Krupa hi kevalam. Hey Bhagavan, tat prasadat maya achyuta. If I have learned something, it is because of tat prasada. It is because of your grace. Had I not your, oh sir, namaskar sir. Our friend, please come to the front line. He is the former Vice Chancellor of Karnataka Sanskrit University, a great literator, a great scholar. Are Baba. Bhavatam krute swagatam suswagatam. So the second important characteristics of Vallabh's philosophy, Vallabh's darshan, is grace. And then, without grace, these are the acharyas who came. And then, what is the namrata bhavanti namrahtarava santah. Number 3, you see, Santa has been compared with 3 elements of the nature. One is Surya, another is Chandra, another is Jaladhara. That means Santas are those who are always ready, without being requested for, to give something to the mankind for their welfare and for their happiness. You see, Surya, we are not requesting Surya just to ensure that the lotus in the pond should bloom. It has become his nature. Padmakaram dinakarah bikachi karoti. The sun, without being requested for, opens out the lotuses. We are not requesting sun. Please open out this lotus in the pond. It is in Kalika stage. Santa is a person of that time. Even if you pray to him or do not pray, it doesn't matter to him. But that doesn't mean that we should not bow down our head. But always remember, grace of God, grace of saints, grace of acharyas, karuna. Without the karuna of vice chancellor, yes, a teacher or the institution or the students cannot grow. Your grace is necessary. Your responsibility is there. Without the grace of, you see, Sasana, he is a Sasaka, a bureaucrat, an administrator. I always say that there are 3 types of Sasanas. One is Sasan, just ordinary Sasan. Another is Prasasan, and another is Susasan. Sasan means just like a machine, you work. You see the provisions of the law, put up the file, and your Sasaka will just sign yes or no. If it is recommended no, I will say no. If it is recommended yes, because it is as per rules. And then all right. He is Sasaka. We cannot say him Prasasaka. And Prasasaka is he who will just, while seeing the provisions of the law as written by the assistant, and the file has come to his table, he will just apply his mind. Whether he has written true or false, then he passes some orders. He is a prasasak. And susasak, and his sasana is susasana is he, while he analyzes the rule of the law, provisions of the law of the land, and applies his mind, and at the same time, he thinks that he has a heart which is full of compassion and which is gracious. And there is a word grace, anukampa. When taking all those things, he passes the order. That person is not a mere sasaka or prasasaka. He is a susasaka. It's a grace. I have got the grace of my secretary. I have got the grace of chief minister. That is the reason why there is a provision. He has applied his discretion. Discretion means it has been acknowledged in the Constitution. Discretion means you exercise your grace. Your gracious attitude is required. So, all the time we require the grace of Almighty, grace of his representatives, grace of the organization. That is what we say, pushti tadanugraha poshanam. Acha. Shankaracharya, you see these acharyas. The first and foremost Acharya Maharshi Valmiki, Maharshi Vyasa, Sukha Maharaj, Kapila, Jagadguru Acharya Shankar, and then Ramanuja, Nimbarka Acharya, Madhvacharya, all of them have analyzed their philosophy, the soul, the individual, the connectivity between individual soul and they have prescribed some. And Vallabhacharya, here is the role of Vallabhacharya. Let us have a discussion. The contributions of Vallabhacharya. No doubt we say that it is bhakti. But bhakti, no doubt Suddha bhakti, pure bhakti. But bhakti, can it be thought of? No. My analysis will be, can bhakti be thought of when we cannot think of jnana as an instrument of, or as a medium of getting salvation? Bhakti is required, karma is required. In that way, whether bhakti alone is sufficient to get ourselves liberated from the miseries and sufferings during this? Yes. Whether jnana is required or not? Friends, jnana. What is jnana and how it is required? How it is acquired? We normally see that if you send our students to our friends' university, Karnataka University, then they get knowledge. All right, if you send our children to the schools or Gurukulam, then they will acquire knowledge. Okay, that is all right. But that is not the way prescribed by our ancient seers and savants to get the knowledge. Tell me, to which school Bhima Bhoi had gone? Tell me, to which school Kalidasa had gone? Can you show his certificate? Is it available on the website? Nothing. Nothing. Tulasidas, what was the name of the Tulasidas school? What was the school of Shankaracharya? What is the school of Vallabhacharya? What was the school of the 8 celebrated poets? Surdas, Kumbhandas, Paramananda Das, Krishna Das, Govinda Swami, Nanda Das, Chit Swami, Chaturbhuja Das. Our friend had an elaborate discussion regarding Panchasakha during the same period, 15th and 16th century, when there was a national bhakti movement. We say that it was an era of spiritual awakening. It was an era of Rinasa, Punarjagarana, Adhyatmikata, Punarjagarana Juga. So can you say that Vallabhacharya was taught in this school? Nothing, no degree. Tatso nahi jnane. So what is the proper way of acquisition of knowledge? How can you get it? Just, you see, try to understand this. Nahi jnane na sadrusam pavitram iha vidyate tatsvayam. How to get knowledge? Jnana, nothing is better than knowledge. No pure thing is there in the world than knowledge. It's true. But how can we get it? Tatsvayam yoga samsiddhi kalena atmani vindati. You can get it by yourself. Yoga samsiddhi. Yesterday our Dr. Dharendra Nath was elaborately discussing regarding the yoga marga, sadhana marga. Yes, sadhana. Sadhana doesn't mean to go to a forest and just close your nostrils and see something. You are sitting here and listening to something. And I should say, this is the best category of sadhana. The entire Bhagavad Gita has been communicated to Sabyasachi Arjuna for only one thing. Arjuna was inattentive. Arjuna was bewildered at the beginning stage. And Sri Krishna wanted that all the problems, troubles and tribulations of this fellow, this guy is facing, because of his instability of mind, because of his inattentiveness. If I can make him inattentive, if he can attentively hear me, then only all the problems will be sorted out. Friends, if you can listen to somebody with rapt attention, without any halchal in your mindset, that is the single-minded devotion, then all right, that is the best type of yoga. And that is the reason I will come to that. Bhakti. In Bhagavata, there are 9 categories of bhakti. And what is the first and foremost bhakti? Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. The first and foremost bhakti is Sravana Bhakti, listening. Very difficult Parijaji, I am very grateful to you that I have observed you. Sometimes your mind gets pickled and you are under tension. No tension, no tension, nothing. Everything will be done. God is there. His grace is there. If you have got the grace of Kulpati ji, if you have got the grace of Raghavan ji, yes, you can be able to do and undo the things. Jagadamba Vichitram Atra King Paripurna Karunasti Chet Mai. Oh mother, if you have got grace for your child, nothing is impossible in this world. It's grace. Time and again Vallabhacharya has underlined the emphasized on grace. First, reality of this world. Second, grace of God. Then bhakti will be aroused. Vallabhacharya says, it is so, as mentioned, Vallabhacharya's doctrine is known as Shuddhadvaita or pure non-dualism. To him, the entire universe is Brahma. And Brahman really manifests himself as this universe. It's the manifestation. The whole world is the manifestation of Brahman, without undergoing any change. So if Brahman is real, how can the world be unreal? This universe, creation means manifestation of God. And dissolution means withdrawal of his manifestation in God. Withdrawal, yes. Tatreva gacchati vishwam pralayakale. God is the one supreme antarjamin. The inner ruler of the universe, Jagat, Jiva and Antarjamin are essentially identical with God or Brahman. He runs through all the three forms which are non-different from him. They are non-different. That's why it is non-dualism. Jagat is not different from him. Jiva is not different from him. Antarjami is not, your inner soul is not different from him. Here, he agrees Shankar. It is not different. But he differs from Shankar regarding the structure of this world. This is also real. Why should we say that this is a real world? This is the world of Hemamalini and Dharmendra. No, this is a Chalachitra. No, it is not a Chalachitra. We can say it, Chalachitra. But it is real. Chalachitra is also real. But Chalachitra is unreal. But it is a different, it is a natural Chalachitra. It is a natural drama. And we are the natural actors and actresses. I have not used any, say, facials while coming here to deliver something or to speak something. I have not used any powder, any lipstick. And if you say, kindly excuse me, if some cinema actress will come, without taking the makeup, she or he cannot come here. Cannot come here. You see, they are making this world unreal. They see that this is a Chalachitra. No, no, my dear friend, it is not a Chalachitra. This is a great Chalachitra, unthinkable Chalachitra, anirpachanya, indescribable Chalachitra. And we are all natural actors and actresses. That's why I told Vijaya is an actor. Madam Nagavalakshmi is an actress, and Sureshji is the director. And then he is the chairman on the above, Raghavanji, Chaturdhamurti. Once again I salute this Chaturdhamurti, Jagannath, Balabhadra, Subhadra and Sudarshan in this sacred premises of Bharatiya Vidyabhavan. And you see, Antarjami for non-different. Hence it is Suddha Advaita, non-different. All these things are not different from him. Suddha Advaita or pure three forms. And pure non-dualism. For Vallabha, the soul as a part of God is identical with him and appears as different on account of the limited manifestation. It is different because its manifestation is limited. And bhakti is the bhakti which is defined as a firm and all surpassing affection for God with a full sense of greatness and gratitude. Is the only means of salvation or liberation. Bhakti, the role of bhakti, third important component of Vallabha's philosophy. First, reality of the world. Second, grace of the Almighty. Third, bhakti. And bhakti is Mahatma Jnana Purupastu. He defines bhakti. Bhakti doesn't come if you are not able to understand the significance, the anirvachaniya, extraordinary significance of the Almighty. First of all, you have to understand that here is a person, as recommended by one of the professors of Harvard University regarding Swami Vivekananda. While he wanted to introduce Swami Vivekananda to the World Parliament of Religion, he wrote a letter. My dear so-and-so, the chief organizer of that World Religion Parliament, religious parliament, I am sending a professor to you. Here is a professor who is better than, who is more talented than all the professors working in Harvard University. And you can imagine his significance. So once you understand the significance of Almighty, then only bhakti will arise. If I say, oh, you become a bhakta, I have come to you, you become my disciple. You become my disciple, you become my devotee. No meaning at all. First of all, you try to understand what is the significance of that person who is trying to attract the persons as his disciples or bhaktas. Friends, never get misled. Never get misled. This world has become a very vicious circle. In the name of this Guru Sishya Parampara, Bhakta Bhakti Parampara, Bhakta Bhagavan Parampara, the so-called innocent persons are being exploited. Try to understand. Apply your mind. Apply your heart. Apply your thinking power. Let noble thoughts come to our mind from every side. And let us use that noble thought. And then only we can come to a conclusion. Yes, Ramakrishna Paramahansa is a real Guru for us. So, Mahatma Jnana Purpastu Sudruda Sarpatodhikaha. Drudha Sarpatodhikaha. Then you come to a conclusion. Have a firm decision. No, I have understood its significance. I have understood Krishna's significance. He is not a small child. Pasyami devan tava deva dehe sarvan tata bhuta vishesha sanghan. He has got another side of his form. That is the cosmic form. Pasyami devan tava deva dehe sarvan tata bhuta vishesha sanghan. Brahmanami sam kamalasanastam rusincha sarvan uragancha divyan. Pitasi lokasya characharasya. This is the just all-pervading entity. So that is and they say, Sneho bhaktiriti proktaha taya muktirna channatha. Sneha, this God anurag, this prema, this anuraga, love, affection. Then only we develop a sense of love and affection. And then only we will get the grace. First of all, you decide that here is a Guru who is real in structure, nature and nomenclature. In the essence, he is a Guru. And as per Vallabha Samprada, yes, that Bhagavan, Sri Krishna is Param Brahma. That's the why, that is the reason why Bhagavan Vyasa says in the beginning of Bhagavata, who is Sri Krishna? Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Utpatti Sthiti and Pralaya. He is the reason. He is the factor responsible for the creation, sustenance and dissolution of this universe. Sat a Santa. Sat a Santa, yes, leads us to the next step. Chit, Jnana. Sat and Chit lead us to the next phase, Ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda. These three words, just remember. You have understood the half portion of Indian philosophy. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat means Santa, for which we are grateful to Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan for organizing this Santhavani Karyakram. This Santa, once Santa will show us a way. Kabir will show us a way. Shankar will show us a way. Vallabhacharya will show us a way. His son, Bhagavan Vithala Nathji will show us a way. his disciples, 4 disciples, will show us a way. Krishna Bhakti. And then we can move to the next area, that is the Chit area, consciousness, knowledge absolute, wisdom absolute. And then we will go to Ananda. The ultimate aim is Ananda. Elan vital of life is Ananda. Ananda, Anandam Brahmano Vidwan na viveti kutaschana. Where the mind is without fear? Where? Now when you realized the supreme reality, when you have got Sat, Sat means, yes, he who lives in Sat, Satya. Satya is not a small word in Indian concept. Satya, the entire administration of the country runs on the basis of one word, Satya, Satyameva Jayati. Satyam. And the Bhagavan Sri Krishna is an embodiment of Satya. In Garbhastuti, the deities, while praying, they say, Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapannaha, Satya Bratam Satya Param Trisatyam. You are Satya Brata, you are Satya Para, you are Trisatya, and you are Satyatmaka, an embodiment of Satya. So we bow down our heads before your lotus feet. Please appear. Please come out of the womb of Devaki. We are all eagerly waiting for you. And what is the function of Bhagavan? Why does he incarnate? There are 3 reasons. First, to establish dharma. Second, to assassinate the Durjanas. And third, to protect these santhas. These santhas. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. Paritranaya sadhunam. Sadhu means santa. Vinasaya cha duskrutam. Sambhavami juge juge. Dharma sankthapanarthaya. 3-fold reasons for which he incarnates. Satchidananda rupaya. Vishwatpatyadi hetave. Tapatraya vinasaya. He is the only God who can eradicate our 3-fold miseries. Adhyatmika, Adidaivika and Adibhautika dukkha. And this, and then Jivatma. And what is the Maya? Pure. He says he doesn't accept Maya. Maya has got a limited role in the philosophy of Vallabhacharya. But Shankar accepts a very broad role of Maya. This Jagat is Maya. No, you cannot say Jagat is Maya. Maya means a Shakti, no doubt. Shankar says it is Agatana, Ghatana, Patiyasi Maya. That can do and undo everything. It's an illusion. Because of Maya only, we are not able to understand Niranjan Babu, we are not understand the significance of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, significance of this garden city, Silken city. We are, no. Maya has got limited power in Vallabh's philosophy. What is that power? Now, ajopi san abhayatma, bhutanam ishwaropi san prakriting swam adhisthaya sambhavami atma mayaya. I only use Maya at the time of creation. I don't use Maya to delude or to bewilder my bhaktas in the world. अरे आप माया में पड़ गए, क्या है? नहीं, माया का यूज ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए. Maya is under my control. Maya is under my control only. So this is Vallabh's philosophy. Then he says that for that the 4th element of Vallabh's philosophy, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam praja. Bhakti. Sarva dharman. Bhakti is not possible when you have not completely surrendered yourself before the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. This is the Charama Shloka, Param Shloka, ultimate Shloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The entire essence of Gita has been enshrined in one Padya. That is a Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Braja. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhya. I give it in writing to you. That you can get yourself liberated from all sorts of miseries and tribulations. Provided you have got connected with me. Friends, this surrender means very easy way to understand. Get yourself connected, deeply connected. Nasti buddhi rajuktasya. If you are dissociated, unconnected, you don't have any intellect of yours. You don't have any happiness. Nasti buddhi rajuktasya. Nachajuktasya bhavana. You don't have any thoughts. What to speak of noble thoughts? Nacha bhavayata santi. If you don't have any pure thoughts in your mind, because of the dissociation of yours with the Almighty, then nacha bhavayata santi. You don't have any peace. And if you don't have any peace, you don't have any asantasya kutas sukham. How can you get happiness or joy without santi? So friends, to get santi and happiness, everlasting peace and bliss, the only way is to get yourself connected. I am not giving you a very hard task to completely surrender before Him. Just an easy task. Get yourself connected with Almighty. Get yourself. That is the highest form of yoga. Yoga means association. Yoga means it is collaboration. No institution, no individual, no world, no country, no state can survive without any collaboration or in isolation. No country can survive in isolation. It requires collaboration. That is what we call friendship. That is what we call foreign policy. That is what we call family policy, society policy. Get connected with each and everybody. As you see, after getting retired from Government of India from a top position, our Vijayji is not only doing the work of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, I can firmly say that he is practicing the highest level of yoga by getting himself connected with a pious organization. Yes, that is correction, that is yoga. This is the highest type of yoga you are doing. And ultimately Sri Krishna did that. Kachideta srutam partha toya ekagrena chetasa. He put two questions only in the end of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Arjun, have you heard what I have told with a rapt attention? Whether you have got the ekagrata, single-mindedness, devotion, and kachid ajnana sammoha pranashtaste dhananjaya. You had some infatuation in your mind, delusion in your mind, bewilderment in your mind. Has it been disappeared, eradicated? Only two questions. And what was the answer of Arjuna? Yes, Bhagavan. Yes, Bhagavan. Nashtamoha smritir labdha. Tat prasadat. And what is the reason? Vallabh comes to that point only. That has been highlighted, perfectly highlighted in Vallabh's philosophy. Tat prasadat maya achyuta. Had I not got your grace, your prasada, your krupa, your karuna, yes, all these things would not have been disappeared or would not have been achieved by me. So that is what tameva saranam gacha. And while highlighting bhakti, Sri Krishna also advises. Vallabha also says the same thing. Naham vedair na tapasa na danena na tijjaya sakya evam vidam drushtava nasimam jata. After seeing that cosmic manifestation of Almighty Sri Krishna says, Divyam dadami te chakyu pasyame jugamaiswaram. You are not able to see my actual swarupa with these naked eyes. With this charma chakyu, divyam dadamite chakyu. Then Arjuna, when he got elevated, he got overwhelmed to see the Vishwarupa of Lord Sri Krishna, politely asking, what is the reason? What type of punyam I had done, as a result of which Sri Krishna I have been able to see your cosmic manifestation. विश्वरूप को देखने के लिए मेरे पास क्या चाहिए? क्या मेरे पास था जिसके आधार पर मैंने आपका विश्वरूप का दर्शन कर लिया? वो कहता है ना हम वेदे. Arjun, don't think that you have mastered all the Vedas. That is the reason why I have shown my Vishwarupa to you. Na tapasa. You have gone to Indrakila Parbat and you have acute penance there. And that is not the reason for which I have shown. That may be one of the reasons, but that is not the sole reason. Naham vedair na tapasa na danena. You have done a lot of charity. I have seen the persons. Yes, they come with a plane load of things to be offered to Lord Venkateswar in a newly purchased flight. And first of all, see what exhibitionism is. Exhibitionism. Just to the view of the public. He will come with the keys of the flight, yes, on his head. He will bring it, offer it to the chief executive officer, and offer, and everything will be just recorded, your, what you call, everything will be televised, this videography will be there. And then after 1 week, after another week, another, and a telephone will come to me, Vice Chancellor sir, send 11 Vedic scholars. They will chant Vedas in the airport to receive that person, the Malik of that AC. I am not referring to anybody. You see, this is happening. Don't mistake me. This is real fact. I will send 10 to 15, 11 Vidyarthis. They will chant the Vedas and they will take him up to the hills. He will offer that and then he will come back. Then after 1 week, and each student will be given a remuneration of 25,000. Then that is my purpose. Let my student, poor students, get some remuneration. Then at the beginning stage, I was also moved by the bhakti, by the, the social service of that gentleman. Then after some time, I saw in the newspaper, yes, he has been arrested, he has been, so only now you can refer to him. Refer to him, a great person, and now his life has become a hell. The greatest, the richest man of the state. What type of offering you have got? So this is, Naham Veder Natapasa no Danena. If you go to him, just to give us some amount for organizing this. How much you want? Only 1 lakh will do. What 1 lakh? Give him 5 lakhs. Give him 5 lakhs. Is it charity? Where did you get this from? So this is Naham Vederi Nachejjaya. You have performed some sacrifices. That is the reason I have shown it. Sakya evam vidham drashtum drushtava. No, you are not able to. So then, what is the reason? Na bhaktya tvanannaya sakya aham evam vidhorjuna drashtum jnatum cha tattvena. This is the reason. Bhakta ananya bhakti. So friends, this ananya bhakti. And how can this ananya bhakti be attained? Then the fifth important characteristics of Vallabha Sampradaya. Grace, tadanusaranam, maryada. Maryada marga is different. It is all within the 4 walls of the Shastras. Neither emphasis is given on bhakti, nor knowledge, nor karma, nor vairagya. It's a combination. It is also a combination. But in a different mark. It is dominated by grace of God. It's only your grace. And chap means ashta chapusi. Chap means impression. Chap literally means stamp, seal, or impression. In the context of ashta chapa poets, the word has 3 primary meanings. What are these? Divine seal. The title ashta chapa means 8 seals. It signifies that, yes, these 8 poets were specifically tujain and sealed. They were just bound by the Almighty. You are my, they have identified by the God himself. So this is one impression. The second meaning is signature. Chap means signature. So in the end of each line, they speak of their name. That is, Surdas kahe, Nandadas kahe, Madan Das kahe, Chitswami kahe. This is. And third is impression, a long-lasting impression. Chap. They have left some imprint, some impressions on the society, which continues to influence the world of literature, world of saints, and world of culture for times to come, for indefinite time. As he told yesterday, our Nathji, Kalohayam Niravadhi Vipulacha Pruthi. Their Sahitya, their darshan is Kalajai. It will continue to impress, continue to say influence the future generations to come, or the future literature to be composed. And this is what? And these 8 celebrated poets, saint poets, one is Surdas, Kumbhandas, Paramananda Das, and Krishna Das. All of them flourished in 15th and 16th century when this Bhakti movement, national Bhakti movement took place. They nourished that movement. They strengthened that movement. Here you see Kanakadas, Ramdas, Haridas. From that was a time when, because of the grace of Lord, because of the desire of the destiny, yes, all these like-minded devotees and saints, they appeared in the different corners of the country. Shankar Dev in Assam, Chaitanya in West Bengal, your Tulasi Das, Kabir Das in North, Narsi Mehta in Gujarat, Haridas, Kanak Das from Dasa Sahitya. You must be knowing. Famous Dasa Sahitya. Das Sahitya was created during that period only. And you see, I have got everything on record regarding these 8 poets. I am not elaborating them. So these are the 8 saint poets. And the bhakti, what type of bhakti they have exhibited? There are 9 types of bhakti: Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasepanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Sakhyam. This is Sakhya Bhakti they have professed. This is the friendship, Sakhya Bhakti. You see, for 9 types of bhaktis, we have got 9 model bhaktas. For Sravana Bhakti, it is Parikhita. Kirtana Bhakti, it is Chaitanya. He is the role model. And for Sravana, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smarana Bhakti, it is Prahalada. Padasevana Bhakti, it is Sri Lakshmi, who always serves the lotus feet of Almighty, gets that opportunity. So then, Archana, it is Pruthuraja, role model is. Bandana, Akrura. Dasya, Hanuman. Shakhya, Arjuna. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhus cha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarpam mama deva deva. You are all in all for me. That is Sakhya Bhakti. And these 8 persons they exhibited, including Vallabhacharya and his son. These last 4 are the followers of Vithaldev, Vithalnath. And the first 4 are the direct disciples of Vallabhacharya. And they spread this grace of Lord everywhere, devotion everywhere. Pushti Marga. Yes, by that Marga we can attain liberation and salvation. Sravanam Kirtanam. उसके पास वो कहते हैं, अब डर कौन को रे भैया, गल गरोजू गोकुल में बैठे हमारे मित कन्हैया. When our friend is sitting in Gokula, now we should not afraid of anybody, where the mind is without fear. Ab dar kaun ko. I have all collected all these things. So friends, this is the only and our only work is, yes, to chant his name and to get happiness, to get ourselves liberated from the miseries and the sufferings. In this world, in this Kali Yuga, only one thing has been prescribed. That doesn't mean that only Naam is sufficient. Naam backed by Jnana, Karma. Mukhe Hari Naam, Hate Kara Kaam. Bhagavan has given you a very beautiful body. What? Jallavasi nija karbo pattam. Should not forget that work. Work is worship. And at the same time, work with a concentration. Concentration means bhakti. Harer nama, Harer nama, Harer nameva kevalam. Kalau nasti eva, nasti eva, nasti eva gatirannatha. And in Bhagavata, about which our Niranjan Babu threw some light yesterday, Jagannath Das, who has not only translated Sanskrit Bhagavata, your Putana Bhagavata, your Bhagavata is here. Bhagavata was translated everywhere in the country at one point of time. But this is not translation. Whether it is in Kannada, in Telugu, or in Malayalam, or in Odia, or in Bengali. It is a transcreation, anusrushti. It is not anuvada. So in the end, Bhagavatakara, Jagannatha Dasa. You see, they are all dasas. Dasa means kinkara, slaves. There is no question of caste, creed, color in the area of bhakti, in the world of bhakti. We all are the sons and daughters of the immortality. Srunuvanto Vishwe Amritasya Putra. And Jagannath Das, in the end, he says, of course it is Vadiya and you will be able to follow because 99% of the words of the verse which I am going to present belong to Sanskrit. Krishna Parama Nanda Hari, addressed to Lord Krishna. Hey Krishna, hey Paramananda, hey Hari. Parama Purusha Murari. You are Parama Purusha, you are Murari. And what do? Na lila re haru bhavamaya bhakata jane karu daya. It is your inherent nature. Through your lilas, through your divine sports, you eradicate our illusion, our delusion, and you grace the bhaktas, devotees. To nama, to pada padme chitta thavu. Let my mind be fixed on your lotus feet for all times to come. And to nama japi dina jau. Let the remaining part of my life be spent by chanting your holy and sacred name only. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nastiva, 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 Gatirannatha. Friends, Vallabhacharya gives us a philosophy which is flooded with some divine qualities. It is dominated by Karuna. Yes, without Karuna of the Almighty, you cannot attain anything. You cannot attain bhakti. Karuna is necessary. Karuna gives rise to bhakti. It is a philosophy of Karuna and bhakti. It is a philosophy of Samarpana and Sangrakshana. If you surrender before him, then only he is there to protect you. Santhajana paritrana durjana vinasa. That is the reason for which I have incarnated on the surface of the earth. Sangrakshana. And then karma and dharma. Do your karma. And that is your dharma. And then you can get Shanti and Sakti. Bhakti will give you Sakti. And Sakti will give you Shanti. Shakti will inspire you to do the karma. So this is right and Shanti. Friends, after analyzing all these scriptures, yes, I have come to a conclusion. There is a very shortest way to get everlasting happiness. What is the shortest sutra? That is based upon this. Ano bhadra kratavo yantu vishvata. You do right action, sat, santa. Sat, never forget this word, santa, in your lifetime. During your lifetime. Santa means sat, truth. Santa means that Param Brahma. Shanta means Param Brahma. Shanta means Param Chaitanya. So, Satvani. Never forget. You see, you can do some Satkarma and you can get everlasting happiness. And let me elaborate it. How can you do Satkarma? Come to the first step. First step is have some Satbhavana, Sat resolution, Sat Sankalpa. Let my mind be of auspicious resolution. That was the prayer. Tanme manaha siva sankalpamastu. Unless and until your mindset is resolved, your mindset is purified. You have a sankalpa, a suddha sankalpa in your mind. You cannot do good work, your good intention. That is in the legal language. A good intention, not ulterior intention, not evil intention. So this is, and then when right resolution is there, your contemplation will be right. Sat Chintana. Sat Sankalpa will give rise to Sat Chintana. And when you have got Sat Chintana, then it will give you right perception. Yes. Sarvani bhutani mitrasya chakyusa samikhyabhaya. समस्त सभी को मैं देखता हूँ, ये मेरा माँ है, ये मेरी बहन है, ये मेरा मित्र है, ये मेरा ये सन है, ये मेरा डॉटर है, ये मेरा पुत्र है, ये मेरा प्रपुत्र है. So that is the right contemplation, right perception, and then right expression. Your body language will express something innovative. I can read your facial appearances. Anybody can, having some experience in his lifetime. I have been teaching the students since the last 54 years. Even when I was Kulapati, I was taking classes. Our friend knows. So this is, and right perception, and then right perception will prompt you to do some right action. And that right action will give you perfect satisfaction, everlasting satisfaction. Friends, in the end, let me just pray to Lord Sri Krishna to grace everybody and to ensure that the society is liberated from miseries and worries and anxieties. Ai Maha Vibhunanda Sunandana, He Nandanandana. Ai Maha Vibhunanda Sunandana, Bhava Maham Buddhi Dukha Vinasana. You are a only person, only Almighty, who can eradicate all the bhava dukkha. Sakala loka vidhana vinodana, kuru krupang mahiye madhusudana, kuru krupam mahiye madhusudana. Grace me. Kali karala visabdhi nimajjita. I am not in my proper state. I am completely immersed in this Kali Kala, this Mahanambodhi, Visambodhi. Kali karala visabdhi nimajjita, bahuvidhadhi ruja smihi murchita. So many kinds of adis and vyadis have overpowered me. And what I want, what is my nivedan? What is my prayer before you? Tava pade vinayena niveditam, mai vibho karunam kuru sampratam. It is high time, O Lord Sri Krishna. This is my humble prayer before your lotus feet. Just grace me, that's sufficient. Tat prasadat mayachyuta. If I have understood what life is, if I have understood what my connectivity with the Supreme Reality is, if I have understood what is the significance of this organization, if I have understood what is my relationship with the Mother Nature, if I have understood what is the relationship between me and this learned audience, that has been possible because of your grace. Your grace and your grace. Thank you very much, friends. Dhanyavada. Namaskara.